All right, this is the spoiler edition of the first session of Seafall with my gaming group, with the non-Bizarro and Bizarro group members. We just got done playing the prologue, which I have actually personally played. I played that or a version of it at BGGCon last year, which was actually hosted by Rob Davio. Yeah, I'm name dropping. That's cool. But he was kind enough to show it off at the Plaid Hat party, and I was able to play it there, which was pretty awesome. So this was it was pretty much it mirrored that experience for me. I kind of knew going in what was going to happen, at least the end result, which was. So I'm just going to give you a brief look at the game board, and I'm going to let everybody kind of give their thoughts about the actual spoilery stuff and what they've enjoyed as far as the actually altering the world and creating it and what have you. So, all right, so this is the game board. You've probably seen pictures of it or what have you. Back there, those are the main ports of each person. And then each person has 2 ships that they are going to be sending out into the world. Now, I don't know, maybe you get more ships later or something. I doubt it. I don't think you have enough room on your personal playing board down here to add more ships or anything like that. But who knows? Maybe there's something crazy that happens later, and because this is the legacy game, of course. There are these islands that we travel to, and in those islands, they match up with these boards either side. Now, we can only assume, since there are multiple locations on either side of these islands, that are either side of the board, that you are going to eventually get more islands out here that are going to have different things that we can do. The ships are able to go out, and then they are able to then affect the locations on the board, which have different symbols on them that allow you to either raid those places or explore those places. And then inside this giant book, there are countless pages. Well, actually, you probably can't count them, but there are many pages of things that you can do as far as the different choose-your-own-adventure aspects of it. And so you'll be doing lots of different things. You'll be exploring different locations, making choices that can be very brutal. In one situation, I actually murdered a bunch of islanders so I could hide the existence of an iron mine on one of the islands and things like that. So let's go backwards order this time, starting with Craig. And you can go ahead and get all spoilery as much as you want, and you point out whatever you want, and I will focus on it.
Well, I guess the first thing I'll say is, for the beginning, don't take a character that you actually want to spend the next 14 sessions with. I do like that the choose your own adventure portions, it didn't seem like there were any like blatantly subpar options that we encountered. There were differences in the rewards and the things and the consequences that you got, but it didn't seem like there was anything where you like really hosed yourself by choosing one option over a different one. So I like that a lot, and I like the way that the story is now set up. The prologue, what with the original characters sailing off, never to be seen again, sets up a sense of mystery for the rest of the game that I think is really interesting.
What did you think about the actual fact that you're actually changing the board, writing on the board, adding stickers to the board, that sort of thing?
I like it because it feels like we literally are defining the game as we go, and our explorations and actions are determining what the board is going to look like. I think it's a really cool way to do it, even if it does feel weird defacing the game as we go.
And then you named an island after my butt.
I named it Lance Bottom. Actually, I was thinking of Flea Bottom because your character reminded me of the Lannisters, and so it was supposed to be sort of an homage and kind of jokey, but you took it as entirely jokey. So I just want to clarify that.
Okay. Well, I will destroy you in the next over the next 14 sessions. Just so you know, Craig.
I'm amazed we didn't find a way to combat each other during the prologue where you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, where you're not allowed to actually do anything. But yeah. So what did you name your province? You are playing the Gray thing, and what is the name of your province?
My province is Bitter Ash. We are my character's background is basically one of vengeance, so it seemed like a.
Very good. So you're very, very angry and swearing vengeance on the rest of the world.
The future shall be better than the past.
All right. Very good. All right, Jim. Spoiler away. Just talk whatever you want.
Well, my province is the Reaper, and part of the reason for that was when we read those initial kind of histories. It seemed to be that I was already had a foot in the grave, so I was heading that direction.
What does yours say on the back? What does it say on the back? It says something like
kind of said the future is already here, and you are already the past. Like I've already moved on to some other.
Galactica.
Yeah.
Battlestar Galactica. But yeah, so yeah, your province there, their background is like very fatalistic, if you will.
Yeah, it sounded that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So all right.
And as I was sailing around, my ship was getting damaged left and right, so that seemed appropriate.
Yeah, you didn't have a lot of luck. You actually
damaged instruments. I was demoralized.
Yeah,
I was leaking.
you actually had to go back and repair. Where a lot of us were able to avoid a lot of major damage as the game. You know, I should actually talk about that. So, like, as your ships take damage, they will get these little cards that will have damage on them that will say like certain things like -1 to hold, and so you'll have stats on there like this. And we kind of screwed this up at first, or at least our impression of it was that each one of these black bars here, that is the good. That means they can hold, they can have Explorer of 2, Rate of 2, Sail of 3, Hold 2. As the game progresses, not in the prologue, but you'll be able to color in these and actually permanently upgrade your ships as you go along. So, but when you're all battered up and bashed up, then it's kind of tough to do those things. And you're the only person that didn't get to name an island.
Yeah, that was the only person I didn't get to, because I had to go back and repair my ship. That's what happens.
Yeah, so you didn't get to name an island, and that's one of the other things too. Like you're able to write on the board and permanently name certain things. And we should mention that like as you explore, you will like put stickers on. Like that's a sticker right there. That means that is a place where you can now buy wood resources, because we discovered a place where you can do that.
Even though Tim put it on backwards to
Thanks a lot, Tim. Permanently ruined. I'm going to take it back, see if they give me a new one. But then other places that will cover up their explore sections, these are stickers here. They normally would have like a little icon there, but then they permanently cover those up, and that means that at the beginning of the game we'll put cubes on there representing those different resources, and you'll be able to take those. And the way the game, actually the whole way it works, I should just say this before we move on to Andy, is that you are going to pick, this is the Explorer's map, and on the Explorer's map there's all these little icons, and so you can see that little star there has the X through it. On those things, like right here, there's a little star right there. When you explore that, you successfully explore it, then you can pick a spot that hasn't been explored. Like you could pick that 84 there, a star, and then you'd flip through the book and find number 84, and you'd read that like choose your own adventure type experience to do that. So other than that, are you looking forward to another 14 sessions of this?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Are you going to destroy Craig with me?
We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, we should. All game from Craig. All right, Andy, you are the knowledge group, which is weird because you always play in D&D. You always play Mr. Knowledge, Mr. Secrets, Mr.
I usually do.
And he always plays green, and so he wasn't here actually. And so we actually just said give Andy green, so he's not upset. And then of course then green turned out to be
the prince.
Yeah, the prince, and he ended up being the prince, and also he ended up being the seeker of knowledge, which is the green boats.
And when I was trying to think of scholarly prince, it reminded me of a character from the Dragonbone Chair series, so I named my character Prince Joshua.
Books that did anybody read the Dragonbone series?
Not I.
Guessing somebody did.
Yeah, I'm guessing somebody did. So okay, well there you go. I'm sure they're quite good.
Yes, they are.
He's just making this up.
So spoiler away. Go ahead and talk whatever you like.
Yeah. So I guess I was trying to build an engine for the game mechanics, and then of course it all gets taken away at the end when your character dies and you lose all your advisors. And we're gonna have to start over in the next one. So
yeah, I should mention while we're talking. So you have these advisors that you can hire as you play, and these advisors you can see they have when you hire them. Like this one, it costs like a reputation or 2 gold to hire, and so like the smuggler has the ability of when you take the buy goods action, you treat your hold value as 2 higher than its current value, then you can buy goods +2. Now you notice there's a little blank spot up there, and so a lot of these people that here, let me find one here. So here's like the renowned explorer, and of course the ever The ever, what's what I'm looking for here, Craig?
Annoying.
No. the
Are you sure?
the ever clever, ever imaginative Craig named the renowned explorer Magellan. And but here's, and I don't know why.
Misspelled.
Yeah, intentionally misspelled. So I'll give you that. And here's Gibbons the Savage. But I mean, didn't we name like the Madman after the guy from
McMurphy, yeah.
McMurphy from One
Crockett.
Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So that's another thing you can do when you start naming the people. So, any other spoilery things you want to talk about? What did you enjoy?
I like the flavor text, but
Yeah.
that's not a spoilery thing. So
Yeah.
nothing else.
Which
spoilery
adventure,
I don't
like
think.
which experience or whatever that you went on personally did you like the part of it?
I'm not sure if the raiding or the exploring was more fun. It was pretty much they were both good. So.
I like the ones where there was all like the mystery, like they talk about like the Golden Man or the ones who whisper in the night and things like that. So you hope that it kind of pays off later.
Yeah, you don't know that exploring is the best game action to take, but it's the most fun one to take because it reveals more of the story.
And plus, I got to murder a bunch of natives
Implicitly.
implicitly. All right.
Keeping your European heritage alive.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, Timmy, spoiler away.
You guys have spoiled pretty well. The one thing that you didn't talk about that I liked was that when you do choose to explore, that's where you kind of open the game up and create this unique experience for this particular legacy edition. The different areas, some of them are more difficult to explore, but there's a better payoff. And in all cases, even in the easiest to explore areas, you were given choices in the choose your own way that both paid off. Generally, although I think you had one where you ended up, maybe that was because your ship was damaged, you weren't able to take advantage of it. But so there's always you're always getting something. So your choice to raid was to end up with goods, just to take the goods away from somebody. But if you explored, you frequently got goods as well, and you opened up a new space on the board. So. And again, as I started to say, there were more difficult ones, and I don't think we actually
There are a lot left
succeeded
over.
with any anchor ones, did we?
No.
No.
So there were different types, and it's not clear to us yet what those types really signify, but the easiest ones had star or sun-shaped icons, and the most difficult ones were anchors, and I'm quite curious to
It's
see what they
interesting when you
ultimately
look at the
unlock.
Explorer's map too, you can clearly see there will be new symbols that get revealed as we go on, and it also implies that exploration will eventually run out.
Yeah. It does look like, well, there's a finite number of cards, and
Right.
so there'll be a finite number of spaces.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll like I said, I'm excited to check out like the mythos of the world and kind
Hopefully
of
we'll
just.
be amused enough by beating on each other at that point.
Well, that's what remains to be seen now. You know, we barely peeled the covers back on this. We barely got to see exploring, a little raiding. I think I sold once, built one building, very little. You know, we just kind of scratched the surface. It'll be interesting to see now how all these different mechanisms all come together, and then ultimately our ability to raid each other or to attack each
Yeah,
other.
we had
in
no
ways.
interactions in the prologue
Yeah.
with each other.
Well, and the one thing is that like even though like you buying and selling only gets you gold, but you then use the gold to buy or upgrade your ships or upgrade your base. These bases over here. And when you do that, you gain a glory as well. So if it's one of those things where you're just worried about getting to the glory tracker, which is normally what the mechanism is, the first, like when you get to the glory tracker, like just a standard like scoring, like we always see in all the games. But at some point, like there'll be a glory tracker in one of those spots, and whoever gets there will trigger the end of that little chapter. And so, but even like
And there are
upgrading
numerous
stuff or whatever.
milestones along the way.
Yeah,
as you go.
and so there's all kinds. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I'm interested to see what happens.
Well, yeah, you know, go a little more detail on that. You know, the milestones. This game began with 4 milestones, and it was the first person to achieve.
We'd show them right now, but we were instructed
Well,
to destroy
we can
them.
show
so.
them.
Oh yeah, they've all been cut up in neat little. Well, Craig the Boring just cut his in half, but the rest of us took our moment to really go to
You
town.
know, it's actually gone far enough where I'm feeling slightly sympathetic for you now.
I don't mind.
So there were 4 milestones in this case, and as a person achieved 3 glory, they were granted in this particular game the right to name one of the islands, and then we read some more flavor text, and that's when the story really kind of felt like.
So what did you name your content? What is it?
So Caymans.
The So-So Caymans. There's the Grand Caymans and the Lesser Caymans and the So-So Caymans.
And this is like the furthest west island, so I named it the Gateway, which you misspelled or something.
It's
or
not misspelled.
The Gatewag. And then what Purduan?
Purduan.
Which is something out of your book that
Exactly.
Okay, which I haven't read. And then of course there's Lance Bottom, which has earned Craig my enmity forever. So so well done.
As if he didn't already have it.
All right, so so this we're gonna be playing through these and doing these for each little section. I don't know when we're gonna play next, but we're gonna try to get them. Hopefully, maybe later this week, maybe, possibly. I know some people got vacations they're going on and stuff, but it'll be fun playing through this. Craig always says we never get to play the games that I have more than once or twice each, so it'll be fun to
We
make
made it through 1 month of pandemic. Yeah.
It'll be fun to force him to play game 14 times and see if he gets tired of it. You ready?
I think Battlestar Galactica we've played that many times.
We have played Battlestar
Shall we talk
Galactica
about
that
it?
many.
I think you've been the Admiral 13 of them. So.
Yes, and a Cylon I think every single time.
Yeah.
Shall we talk about the last game of Battlestar Galactica?
No, that we don't talk about that one. So.
Okay, just checking.
All right, thanks a lot for checking in and be on the lookout for more of these.
When he failed to put the second cell on.
Oh.